Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope the semester is going good. We're just about finished at this point, so I hope you're still working hard. You're maintaining your grades. You're still using those time management skills, those study skills, so that you could have a successful semester in these last few weeks and finish strong. What I'm going to talk to you briefly about today is high impact practices and how using some of these high impact practices could help you be a more well rounded college student and set you up for a better placement in your future careers. So, kind of ties into resume building and how we could use those resumes, use these experiences in college to build the resume so that when we go out to apply for a job, we stand out. We have an awesome college career. We got our degree, but while we were here, we went above and beyond. We had side jobs that gave us work experiences. We got involved on campus, which ties back to those extracurricular activities that we could participate in. And we took advantage of the opportunities presented to us here to help us be more well-rounded in our studies. So think about this now. Think of the jobs that you've held. Think of the types of summer jobs you might have, the types of experiences that are available to you here on campus. And think about how those could impact you and help you in the future. Okay, so if I ask you all to think at this moment of, do you currently have a resume put together when you're going to be ready to apply for a job, whether it's a little part-time job, whether it's you do work 40 hours a week in a job and do school, whatever the case is, think about if you already have a resume. If you don't, you want to kind of start thinking about starting one. Okay, we have an office here on campus, the Office of Career Services, and they are trained to help you with, helping build those experiences so that you can apply for a career. So on their website, so that resource is posted in Moodle, they have a whole section on resumes, do's and don'ts. They have some sample resumes that you could use to kind of be an infrastructure to help you build your resume. And it also lets you look at things like verbiage you could use to make your resume stand out. But what I want you to think of more or less at this moment is, what kind of things can I get involved in here on campus that will help me grow in my career and in my education? So some of you have majors here that they have a lot of high impact practices built into their curriculum already. So for example, if I am a nursing major, I will get rounds through clinical experiences in different types of nursing settings. I will be put in the hospital where I could actually be in the field, learning from nurses, practicing the skills that I'm actually learning. Education, I will get into the field and I will do not clinical experiences, but they call it little small group lessons in some of your other education classes, but then you'll work your way up to your student teaching, which is going to give you that full on a year-long take in a classroom. They call it residency now. I couldn't think of the word I was looking for. But you will do activities in the field with little smaller groups, then you'll teach little just individual lessons until you work your way up to be a full-blown student teacher where you're teaching for multiple days of the week and getting all of that experience. However, some of you might have to think a little bit more outside of the box, but what you're using these resources as is to help prepare you for that field. So let's say I want to go on to medical school, okay? Or I want to go to physical therapy school. I want to see what types of jobs I could potentially be doing here, what kind of volunteer services I could potentially be doing here, so that I could start building those experiences. So I might need to go and get some observation hours in the actual field of my major. I might want to go to a physical therapy clinic and shadow what they do because I'll need so many hours of observation. But also it's going to give me a very good idea if that is the right fit for me, okay? So a lot of your majors may send you out into the field at that early level to where you could go do some shadowing, some observations. Always you could go out and interview people that are in those fields to make sure you're in the right fit. Putting yourself in that area, seeing what a day in the life looks like, getting those hours, it's going to help you when you go to apply for a job. I could say, hey, look, I have this many hours of volunteer hours working in this said clinic. Okay. I learned as I was there what they do. I was able to ask questions, understand a little bit more, maybe even, get more of an insight into, ask a question to where I could learn more about what they were doing. So when I'm going to go to apply for a job, I could use those experiences and I could talk about them. Or when I'm going to apply to grad school, a lot of you are in programs that you're going to have to go to grad school for. So having those experiences to talk about in an interview process is going to be very, very important. So what you're looking at when we talk about high impact practices is getting yourself into the field and getting you those experiences to help you be more prepared for your future career. So you'll hear things like residency, clinicals, also think internships. A lot of your majors, you could go out and you could get little internships, okay? A lot of your junior, senior level classes have internships. So even if that's not where you're at in your career yet, you could go and try to find little internships on your own in the field of your major, or even not necessarily in the field of your major. There's usually something to be learned no matter what type of field you go out into and do. So keep in mind those internships. Graduate, undergrad research with professors where you work one-on-one trying to, come up with a presentation, whether it's for the honors program, a thesis presentation, whatever the case may be that you're doing that for, where you're working one-on-one with a teacher, you're doing some research, you're really getting to know and understand whatever it is that you're looking into trying to learn. But that's going to look good when you're going to apply for a job. You'll be able to talk about those experiences. You could put that on a resume. It's going to make it look like you did go above and beyond in your undergrad career. So those are things that we want to be thinking about on the bigger scale. Okay. So ties all back into, just in general, resumes. So what kind of things am I going to do while I am in school that I will be able to turn around and use either when I'm applying for a job because it's on my resume, or even if I'm going to apply for grad school, med school, law school, whatever kind of schooling I'm trying to do post undergrad, if that is the case, or whatever kind of job I'm going out to actually try to get. So that's the kind of things that you want to kind of keep in mind. So as a freshman, okay, I'm telling you this, I want you to go out and I want you to start this early, okay? Because the stuff that you're going to choose to do now is going to market you for the future. So, you can earn a 4.0 while you're in college, but when you're going to go to apply for a job, they want to see that you've done other things besides just make really good grades. Did you hold down a job where you learned valuable life skills? Did you take on extracurricular activities while you were in school that taught you leadership roles and time management and working as a team? And, those types of things are going to be important. Those are the types of things that you could use to market yourself and make you more invested in your job. So as a freshman, what kind of things can I be doing right now? Okay, we've talked about this a few times before, okay? Joining something, getting involved in an organization of some type, whether it's a club of your major, whether it's a Greek life affiliated club, whether it's a church group, something to help you make those connections that you could use in the future. Getting to know your professors, getting to know your advisors. Those are the people who in the end, when you need resumes, or not resumes, when you need references, letters of reference for applying for a job, those are the people you'll be able to reach back to and say, hey, can you please write me a letter of reference for this said job that I'm applying for? If you've made that effort, if those teachers have seen you go above and beyond, they know the type of student you are, they know that you're a hard worker, you could use those resources. So that's the stuff that you have available to you right now. Meeting people, getting involved, taking on extra jobs to where you learn life experiences that could definitely help you in the future. So again, the challenge here is to start making yourself marketable for the future as of now. In Moodle, you will find a lot of resources that I want you to also look at after you watch this video. on different high impact practices that are available. We also have the Career Services 4-year plan in there. That shows you what you could be doing every year of your, that shows you what you could be doing every year, freshman through senior year, to make sure that you're marketing yourself for your future career plan. So as a freshman, they say take university prep, where you actually learn a little bit about the different majors. We did focus to career in this class. That matched you with jobs that matched your interests, your skills, your values, and it told you these would be good professions for you. And if you did that assignment and you did it well, you took the time to look up what kind of jobs it matched you to, what kind of education was needed for those jobs, what type of places, if you had to go to grad school after, can I just get a job in Louisiana? What kind of the job market looks like in other places? So you've done that. Taking advantage of career services, things that they do on campus, career days. Some of you participated in majors and minors fair, so you learned about different majors that they have at Nichols, or minors that can make you more marketable as well. Developing relationships, I've talked about that, getting involved. So you do these things, you plan for next semester, and each semester you'll do a little bit more. Each year you'll do a little bit more, but you keep growing those skills that you need that are going to make you a more successful person in your major choice. So, like I said, keep working hard. Grades are going to be important, but also get involved in some kind of practice that's going to get you in the field now. Shadowing, doing your research, internships, undergraduate research with faculty, those are the types of things that I will challenge you to do. Okay, so keep it up. You're almost done for the semester. Keep working hard.